The listeners have taken over. The listeners have taken over.
Oh, boy, is this great!
Wrcn in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, I'm Joe from My Hero East Patchwork, and I'm your morning show host on 1039 Wrcn, the Rock of Long Island. Hey, Brando, I'm a little disappointed.
Why?
You said I could play my own music.
No, I didn't.
I don't see no 8-track player in here. I bought my 8-tracks.
You really did.
How the hell am I going to play these things?
I was wondering what was in that case.
I got some good stuff there, man. I got some Pink Floyd. I got Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I mean, I got some vintage stuff here.
Do you have Pong in there? And Ladybug? Those look like ColecoVision games. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen an 8-track in person. Can I touch it?
Man.
Oh my God. An 8-track.
Oh, we'll work something out.
That's great.
But let me start off by saying I love Wrcn. I love rock and roll, and I've been listening to Wrcn for 37 years. And it really is the Rock of Long Island. So this morning, I'm going to talk about how I got turned on to rock and roll. I'm also going to talk with the drummer of Blue Oyster Cult, Long Island's own Jules Rodino. And let's see, we're going to talk about sports, man. What a great time of the year for sports.
Yeah, especially in New York.
You know, between the Knicks, the Nets, the Rangers, Islanders. Get close.
Today, they can clinch the playoff
I think the Islanders
tonight.
can do it tonight, right?
Crossing my fingers, toes, and every other extremity I got.
Nothing better than playoff hockey.
I don't know. I've never experienced it. At least I can remember.
Yeah, but there's plenty to talk with. The Yankees, the Mets are both doing good. They're both playing over 500. It's going to be great. It's going to be a real good time for sports. And we also have some concert tickets to give away. We got some Buck Cherry tickets, and we got a Joan Jett prize pack, which is really cool. And I'm also going to give you a chance to win a $50 gift certificate at My Hero in East Patchwork. And, of course, we're going to play some great music here on 1039 Wrcn, the Rock of Long Island. Now, here's Wrcn traffic.
1039 Wrcn.
Hey, everybody. Hi. Joe again from My Hero East Patchwork, 1039 Wrcn. I'd like to take this time to talk a little about myself. I have a hero shop in East Patchwork called My Hero. We've been there for 24 years.
That's a long time.
That is a long time, believe me.
That's a lot of meatballs.
It's a family-run business. You know, I got my wife. I got my two boys work for me. My wife, Diane, she's incredible.
Did she
she's incredible.
pay you to say that? She's listening, isn't she?
She's listening.
All right.
And I got my son, Joey. He works on the weekends. He's also a plumber by trade. He works for Richie LaBarber. And my son, Vincent, he's my right-hand man. I'd be lost without him. He helps me run the shop. And we have, a lot of different sandwiches there. We have 20 combination heroes, just about anything you can think of, A lot of the sandwiches are named after Yankee players.
Oh, yeah?
Now, we use that sort of vibe with sports and My Hero, and a lot of Met fans come in there kind of pissed off because I didn't name a sandwich after them.
For them. You don't have the Mike Piazza, or whatever?
No. I was thinking of making that the Turkey Hero, but,
okay.
I
got it.
Yeah, we also have we do catering. We got party heroes and hot food. We also do breakfast. And I got a great crew along with my family. I have Richie and Ty and Alex and Anthony. And you might know Anthony's dad. I think he's one of the guys here. That's Charlie Lombardo.
God, yes.
Charlie's a great guy.
He's the Grand Poobah.
He's a frequent visitor to the shop. He loves his National Leaguer on a whole wheat wrap.
Okay, good to know.
National Leaguer, great sandwich. But yeah, it's a fun business, man. We've met a lot of people, made a lot of friends in the business, and you never know who's going to stop into the shop. I got Neil Heaton, who was a former pitcher for the New York Yankees.
Oh, that's cool.
He's been in, of course, Jules Rodino, the drummer for Blue Oyster Cult. I also got Danny, the lead guitarist from the Good Rats. He comes in a lot. Great band, the Good Rats. Let me tell you, rock and roll, they're one of the best.
We have, where is it? Was here. There's one of their vinyls was on the wall.
Really?
Of course, when I go to point to it the first time ever on the air, it's not here. Someone took it away. Maybe someone took it away because how good they are. They are.
Yeah, if I would have known, I would have taken it.
Possibly. Maybe it was you. I'm going to check your 8-track box.
Right? But listen, if you get a chance, please stop on down the shop. We're located in East Patchwork, cross street from Lowe's. And by the way, today I'm going to be giving away a $50 gift certificate to the shop. So maybe you're lucky enough to win it.
your pictures down and check it out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Don't the best of them bleed it out, while the rest of them peter out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Kudos my hero, leaving all the best. You got my hero, one and soul. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary.
That was the Foo Fighters, My Hero. Man, do I love that song. Every time I hear that song, Brando, it's like a commercial for my shop. It's terrific. What a great song.
I'm sure Dave Grohl wrote it just for you.
That's right, man. And speaking of my heroes, what about sports?
What about him? We got
Wow,
plenty of
it's a-
heroes.
Well, this is such a great time. And like we said before, between the playoffs coming up with the Knicks and the Nets, they're off to a pretty good start, even though the Nets lost last night.
Yeah, so that series against the Bulls is 1-1.
Yeah.
Knicks up 1-0, and J.R. Smith announced as Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah, oh, what a difference he's made on that team. Boy, I tell you, he's been terrific.
He changed his attitude because he wanted to be a starter, and he's like, you know what, I got to change my stuff. I got to be a team player.
Definitely. And as far as playoff hockey's coming up, we got the Rangers and Islanders. They're in the heat of things right now. Each game is so important right now. They want to clinch their spot.
See, the Islanders, I can't believe I'm saying this, are in a better position. So they can clinch it tonight. They're playing the Hurricanes, I believe. And the Rangers still have some work to do. What, they guess like 1 point ahead of the Winnipeg Jets, who now are back in the NHL?
Yeah, it's tight. The last 3-4 spots, I think they're 1 or 2 points separating each team. Rangers got Florida tonight, so hopefully they'll be able
Florida's
to put
bad.
that one away.
Florida's bad.
But you can't take anything for granted in sports.
No, of course
Anything
not.
can happen. But all I do know is if and when the Rangers and Islanders get in the playoffs and we happen to meet each other, you know we're going to kick the crap out of your Islanders.
All when that is mentioned, Islanders-Rangers playoff series is just the vision of Ron Hextall letting in 5 goals, 6 goals, 5 goals. I hate you, Ron Hextall. You ruined my childhood. Sorry. I had like a Vietnam flashback just there.
Calm down, Brando. Calm down.
Sorry. I got to make the playoffs first. I can't. I'm not going to jump the gun.
And you realize, too, now these hockey playoffs could actually take us pretty close to the baseball all-star break.
Because the whole strike.
You know, with the late start, how cool is that, man? Hockey right up until the all-star break.
I love it. Hockey 24/7. I can deal with it.
It's going to be great. And baseball, man, hey, Yankees and Mets, they're both doing good. Yeah, Yankees, even though a lot of their players are, out, but they're holding their own.
You know what? I will give Brian Cashman all the credit in the world. There was a box score of the game. It wasn't last night, but it was a couple games ago where you had Lyle Overbay, you had Travis Hafner, and who's the other guy they got? Vernon Wells. All hit home runs in the same game. And I'm like, you know what? They got them all this offseason because of all the injuries. That's Brian Cashman's work right there. They're in better shape than I think.
Hey, this team reminds me a little bit of the '98 team.
Yeah,
they didn't have
the best
all
team
these
ever, maybe
superstars, but they made the right moves. They got the right players, some clutch players, and look what happened to that team, man. They turned out to be a great team.
See, that's when I always get mad when people say the Yankees bought the championships. No, Scott Brocious. Yeah, he was worth a lot.
Plus, they had
Mariano Duncan. Oh yeah, he's an all-star.
Well, they had that core four back then too. With Jeter and Posada and Pettit.
But they were all homegrown. They weren't bought.
But they had a great blend, and hopefully, maybe this year, the same thing will happen with the Yanks.
Hopefully. And the Mets. How are you? Like, so you're a diehard Yankee fan, obviously.
Diehard Yankee fan.
Do you hate the Mets? Or dislike?
Put it this way: I don't hate the Mets as much as I used to. And I sort of respect them a little more now. They're doing the right thing. They got young pitching. This kid Harvey's awesome.
He's a beast.
He's awesome. And they got this catcher that's going to come up in a couple of months that made the trade with Toronto.
Oh, yeah, I forget his name right now. But yeah,
I know he got hurt. He fractured his foot, but the guy they got in the trade too, Buck, what a great this guy's, forget it, he's playing lights out.
I know, and he was a nobody.
So maybe this other kid of mine should stay there for a few more months. Not missing much.
Possibly. We'll see how it all goes. But at least it's exciting here in New York.
Okay, but anyway, listen, we got some tickets for Buck Cherry coming up, and we got that Joan Jett grand prize package. You get Best of Joan Jett CD, and you get to meet and greet her. And don't forget, I'm the morning host, but if you want to be like me and host a morning show, just go to rcn.com and sign up. And this is Joe from My Hero East Patchogue, 1039 RCN in Rockland, Long Island. We'll keep rocking if you keep rolling. And now here's traffic, news, and weather.
1039 RCN.
Yeah! Mississippi Queen, if you know what I mean. Mississippi Queen, she taught me everything.
Wow, that was Leslie West, Mountain, doing Mississippi Queen. Talk about classic rock, old school. Leslie West is. And that's what I love about RCN. They got the old school, the new school, play a little bit of everything. You got to like it.
A nice little umbrella of drug, sex, and rock and roll that is RCN.
Now, speaking of Leslie West, I'd like to talk about a little experience I had with Leslie many, many years ago. I was about 15, 16. I used to live across the street from Hofstra College. At the time, it was Hofstra College.
Oh, okay.
And
my alma mater.
So we were playing a little basketball with some of the boys, and this truck pulled up, and these long-haired hippie freaks came out. And we're like, wow. So we went up to them and asked them who they were. And they told us they were the Vagrants, and they were playing there that night. And we asked them if we could help them with the equipment. They said, sure. So we helped them load the stuff into the theater. And they let us stay for the show. But the thing with the show was funny, because that night, more than half the guys wanted to go home to watch Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. It was the first time it was on TV.
Okay.
So I had a big choice here, big decision to make. Should I go home and watch The Birds, or should I stay and watch this really freaky rock and roll band?
What did you choose?
I made the right choice.
I thought so.
They were one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. Leslie West was this big, huge, burly guy with long hair. He was doing things on a guitar that I never seen before. He was incredible.
Paved the way for a lot of the new artists that were playing.
A true pioneer, true pioneer. He was actually probably one of the most innovative and influential musicians in the history of rock and roll. I mean,
Yeah.
He was incredible.
Oh, I can't argue it. It's hard to argue that. And of course, they played Woodstock.
Yeah, they played Woodstock along with, I have to mention, Richie Havens,
Yes.
who actually, we lost Richie Havens Monday night. He died at the age of 72. But it was a funny story about Richie. He opened Woodstock, but he wasn't supposed to open it. Somebody's equipment was stuck in traffic, so they threw him on the stage because it was just him and a guitar. He didn't have to set up anything.
Didn't he do like a 3-hour set?
Well, it was supposed to be a 40-minute set. It turned out to be 2.5 hours.
Right, okay.
But yeah, Richie Havens, man, we miss you, Richie, man. Rest in peace, man. We love you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But anyway, getting back to Mountain, yeah, it was an incredible show. The lead singer falling off the stage, explosions going off. Don't ask me how, but they actually used fireworks back then.
Okay.
And they finished the set with Satisfaction, and it just blew my mind. And that's my, my little thing on Leslie West and Vagrants, man. They were an awesome, awesome group. And this is Joe from East Patchogue, my hero. And we also got some tickets to give away. We got some Buck Cherry tickets.
Okay.
And we also have a Joan Jett prize pack. You get to win her best Joan Jett CD, and you get possibly win a meet and greet.
Yeah, with their
Joan Jett.
show, apparently, new theater at Malloy College, the Madison Theater. I've been hearing good things about it.
Wow, great. Yeah, Joan Jett, she's a real throwback. Another classic rocker.
She's still so hot, though.
And-
I like it.
She's beautiful.
I lost myself in thought there.
So anyway, this is Joe from my hero, 1039 RCN, Rock, Long Island. And now here's a little traffic.
1039 RCN.
I'm on the train that's pulling the sick and twisted, making the
And that was Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm singing Freak Like Me.
I like it.
Let me tell you, she's hot. She is one of the sexiest singers out there right now.
She's a good-looking bird, as the kids say. Do the kids say that ever?
No.
I was trying to go old school. I'm trying to meet you in the middle here. All right, fair enough.
But speaking of sex symbols, one of them back in my day was this guy called Jim Morrison.
One of my favorite bands ever. I love the Doors.
And I was lucky enough to see them, Brando.
I hate you.
I had to be back in 1970 at the Felt Forum in New
Okay.
York City.
Oh, wow.
The Felt Forum was a small theater that was under the Garden.
Oh, okay.
And what happened was the year before, the Doors played the Garden, but Morrison wasn't quite happy with the Garden. He didn't like the venue. The sound wasn't right, and it wasn't an intimate audience. So the next time around, they did it at the Felt Forum. It was much smaller, great sound.
Got it.
And you really got that intimacy with the fans. And a matter of fact, it was so intimate
Oh, no.
that Morrison, he had this thing, the girls just went crazy. The Beatles, the girls would yell and scream and cry, but with Morrison, they actually started taking their tops off and their bras and jumping up on the stage.
I hate it when that happens.
It was awesome. Actually, it was so awesome. A friend of mine that I was with, Tony, at the time, he since moved to Florida, and I saw him a few years ago. And I said to Tony, I said, Tony, do you remember that concert we went to with the Doors? And he looked at me and said, the Doors? I saw the Doors?
That tells me more that he saw them than you. The fact that he doesn't remember.
And that's how it was back then.
Right.
It was really cool. But, Morrison, it was crazy. He was falling all over the stage. He actually stopped the band in the middle of a song, cursed them out. He was just...
What is he, Axel?
Pretty much. He was,
He was Axel before Axel.
He was pretty much self-destructive. But they were a great band, and it was an incredible time back then.
Hi, how you doing, man? Yeah. Looking good. Everything is fucked up as usual, you know.
1039 RCN.
Hi, this is Joe from My Hero East Patchogue, 1039 WRCN. We got the Rock of Long Island Rock Your Spring Concert Series. You don't want to miss this. We got Joan Jett at the Madison Theater, April 26th. That's at Malloy College.
And we'll have tickets for that later, or possibly, because we have at least the best of CD, but a possible meet and greet, which I may take from you.
We also have Seether at the Emporium, May 2nd, along with Buck Cherry at the Emporium on May 21st.
I may stick around seconds for that.
Some great stuff here.
Just a hint.
And you can go to WRCN.com to check out the rest of the summer list that we have here.
And while you're there, people can sign up to do what you're doing. Right?
That's it. If you want to do what I'm doing, just go to WRCN.com, click on the link, sign up, and you could be sitting here like I am one day this week.
Then we just got a phone call, some positive feedback for you, your first fan.
Yeah, actually, it was my number one fan. My wife Diane just called. She's at the shop holding down the fort with my son Vincent, and I'm sure they're doing a great job. Now get back to work, honey.
You had the initial reaction that I expect from a husband that answers the phone knowing it's his wife, and just like, what did I do? I did something wrong. Oh no. But everything's cool. She seems like a lovely, lovely woman.
Oh, she's the best, man. I'm a very lucky person. You know, to my wife and my lovely kids, I can't forget my daughter, Jamie, who, beautiful girl. She works in Manhattan in the fashion industry, and she lives in Williamsburg. Love you, Jamie.
Wait, if she lives in Williamsburg, is she a hipster? That's a yes. Not that there's anything wrong with hipsters. It was just, there's been some discussion lately on the air amongst the listeners, pro and con of hipsters. But since you're very lucky to have such a loving family, why don't we make some listeners lucky right now with some tickets? You want to do that?
Sure.
A chance to see. Can you read that from over there? No? Maybe? It's live radio. I'll edit this out later. That's fine.
Well, we're going to be giving away some Buck Cherry tickets at the Emporium. So that's Tuesday, May 21st.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're lucky caller number 7 right now,
Ricky Mantle.
there you go. You get to win the tickets.
All right.
That's 451-1039.
There you go.
1039 RCN.
1039 RCN is Joe Russo, My Hero East Patchogue. Well, before the break, we were giving away some Buck Cherry tickets. Now, let's see who we have on the line. Who's this?
It's Joe. Who's this?
This is Joe.
Hey, Joe, my brother. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
My 7th caller?
You are the lucky caller number 7, man.
All right, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good now. Joe who? Which Joe is this?
It's the one that lives in Vincent's house.
Oh, man, Joe. Hey, this ain't a fix, is it?
I got lucky. I just said, let me just call.
Oh,
Lucy was telling me
terrific,
last
man.
night you were on.
Hey,
I
Buck
said,
Cherry. You like Buck Cherry?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, was it May 21st, Brando?
Yep.
Buck Cherry. You got him, Joe. All right?
Oh, cool, man. Cool.
So we're going to get some information from you, and just come down to the station. You can pick them up, man.
All right, cool. Excellent.
Okay, congrats again. This is Joe, My Hero East Patchogue. And don't forget, this later this hour, we're going to have, going to give you a chance to win some Joan Jett and the Black Hawks Greatest Hits album, along with a pair of tickets to see her live in concert this Friday, 4/26 at Malloy Theater, and a meet and greet with Joan Jett after the show. Now we're going to go to traffic, and our sponsor is sponsored by Cross Bay Motorsports. Right now, I got on the line Long Island's own Neil Heaton from East Patchogue, former Major League pitcher for the New York Yankees. Neil, what's happening?
Joe, everything's good, man. Just going to the gym. On
There
my
you
way to
go.
the gym, get a little workout in.
Everybody, if you don't know, this is Neil Heaton, Long Island's own. Neil was a Major League pitcher. He last pitched for the New York Yankees.
That's right.
That's right, Neil. Hey, Neil, you know what I want to talk about? Last week, there was a little incident with Greinke. He supposedly, well, he didn't throw at the guy, but he hit, I think it was Gonzalez, charged him out, a little fight broke out. Greinke got hurt. He's out for a couple of months. But I know you had a little incident when you were pitching a few years back when I think you were at Kansas City, and you actually threw at Albert Bell, who was probably one of the craziest freaking guys in baseball. Do you remember that, Neil?
Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday, Joe. It was a situation. I was with the Royals, like you said, and one of our Hall of Fame players, which everybody knows about, except probably some of the younger audience out there, was was George Brett. So George Brett was up, and I guess he had 2 home runs that day. And one of their pitches drilled George Brett in the back.
Wow.
So I was coming in the next inning, and you know what my job was? My job was to take care of the Hall of Famer, George Brett.
That's right.
And of all people to come up was Godzilla. And that was Albert Bell. So the first pitch, I drilled him in the back. He charged. We both got into it, and before you know it, we're under a pile of about 20 guys with spikes in our face.
Yeah, I remember seeing
how
clips
that
of that
went
on the
down.
news, man. It took a lot of guts to hit him, boy, because that guy was crazy.
Yeah, he was. He had, he had a little bit of an attitude. Hell of a player, but he had.
Yeah.
He was a crazy boy.
And you know what else I wanted to touch on, Neil? I know when you first came up with the Pirates, right?
That's not correct, Joe. I came up with the Cleveland Indians.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, Neil.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
But you did spend some time with Pittsburgh and this guy called Barry Bonds.
Yeah, 3 years with the Pirates, and let me tell you, the teams that were there when I was there, the Pirates with Jim Leland as our manager, we had some group of guys. Like you said, I played with Barry Bonds for 3 years, Bobby Bonilla, Andy Van Slyke, and a bunch of other real good players.
Wow. Hey, I wanted to know, Neil, now when you played with Bonds, did you ever see him get pricked in the butt with anything, like a needle or anything like that?
Never. Back then there wasn't really any steroids in the game back, in that era when I played. I mean, guys lifted weights and stuff like that, but there was never really any juicing going on. I mean, not that I know of, and that's the God's honest truth.
Right.
I mean, Barry Bonds was a skinny kid. I mean, if you saw pictures of him when he was at Pittsburgh, you'd know that he wasn't on anything. He's just a different body.
It's a shame because he was a great player. To me, it didn't seem like he needed anything. He should have just left it alone.
You know what, Joe? It comes down to just wanting the best you could possibly be. And, I know I played in the major leagues for 12 years, and, these athletes, sometimes it's not about the money. You want to do whatever it takes to get the best out of your abilities. And then, these steroids, you know what? I don't care what anybody says. They help. They help. They make a good player a great player, and a great player a superstar.
It definitely.
It makes everything faster. You can see the ball better. You can react quicker. And these guys were doing it because they just wanted to be the best that they could be.
Yeah, everybody wants to be the best, Neil, right? Just like the sandwiches at My Hero, they're the best.
There's no better hero shop on Long Island than My
they're so
Hero.
good. I even named it.
Every afternoon. Anybody wants to come and talk and hang out and talk baseball, come there at noon.
That's right. And you got to come in. I got a sandwich named after Neil called the Heat and Heater. Dynamite sandwich, right, Neil?
That's right. I get $1 for everyone sold, so come on in droves. No, we're just kidding. I don't get anything.
Hey, Neil, by the way, I got to tell you what kind of a classy guy this is. When I first met Neil about, 10, 15 years ago, he came into the shop with his boys. Anyway, I asked him for an autograph. He was very gracious, gave it to me. Next day, he comes into the shop, flips me a ball, and he says, "Here, Joe, I know you'd appreciate this." And he gave me a 1990 National League team-signed autograph ball. What a class guy to just do something like that. Hey, Neil, thank you very much for your time. Give me a few minutes. I really appreciate it. And when you come in later, I'm going to double up on the meat on that sandwich.
That's all right. You always do. That's one thing about your sandwiches. You always get the extra meat.
Hey, Neil, thanks a million, man.
You got it, Joe. See you later at noon.
Take care, baby. Hey, 1039 Wrcn Joe from My Hero. That was Neil Heaton. I'll tell you, that's one of the great things about hosting the morning show. You get to interview people like Neil Heaton. He's such a terrific guy. Now, don't forget, coming up, we still got that package to give away with Joan Jett, to a lucky caller. And I'm also going to be giving away later on the show a $50 gift certificate from My Hero in East Patchogue. So don't go anywhere. 1039 RCN, Rock of Long Island.
1039 RCN.
That was the Stones, Doom and Gloom. Well, I'll tell you, Brando, those guys can still rock.
Yes, they can.
Incredible band.
That's like off one of their newer songs, and it's still kick-ass.
That sounds like something they did back in the 70s.
I know, and it's still relevant today.
Great stuff. But anyway, listen, on the line right now, I have the incredible drummer from Blue Oyster Cult, Long Island Zone, Jules Rodino down in Australia. Hey, Jules, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up, Joe?
Jules, how's it going, man? So I hear you guys are touring in Australia. How's that going?
Yeah, it's going great. We've been having some great shows. We were just in Sydney for a couple of days, and then we just flew into, where are we right now? We're in, what's the other big city? I'm
It's
losing my
crazy
train of
down
thought
under,
here.
huh?
It's called
We're in
Kangaroo City.
We're in
That's why.
Melbourne. That's where we are. We got a show tomorrow night, so we're looking forward to it. It should be good.
Terrific, man. When you guys come back to the States, what do you got, about a couple more days?
Yeah, we'll be home on. We get home Friday night, so that's what time we get home. We got 2 more shows in Melbourne, and then we fly home on Friday. So.
Cool, Jules. Well, we don't have too much time here, but real quick, I know you got something going on with one of the websites, huh?
Yeah, I'm doing something good. JulesRudinoLessons.com. It's live online lessons. Definitely check it out. It's just a live online drum lesson thing. And for all you drummers out there, it's it's a pretty neat website. So check it out.
Oh, that's great, Jules. Hey, listen, man, we got to run, but I appreciate you calling in, man. I'm sorry we didn't have more time, Jules.
Anytime, Joe. Have fun. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay,
Peace.
take care, buddy. How cool was that, man? I'll tell you, being a morning show host is so cool. You get to talk to a lot of cool people like Jules Rodino, Blue Oyster Cult, Neil Heat, and get to talk about a little steroids with Bonds. I love it. I could do this every day. I don't know, Diane. You better watch that shop. I might not be coming back.
My heart is black and my lips are cold. Cities are playing with rock and roll. 3,000 guitars, they seem to cry. My ears will melt and then my eyes. Let the girl, let that girl rock and roll. Cities are playing now with rock and roll. Gardens of nocturne, forbidden delights, reigns of steel, and it's alright. Cities are playing with rock and roll. Marshall will boy, but under control. So let the girl rock and roll. Cities are playing now with rock and roll.
But anyway, speaking about cool, now don't forget. Now we got this giveaway now with Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. We're going to be giving away her greatest hit album in stores right now. Plus, you qualify for the grand prize, a pair of tickets to see her live in concert this Friday, 4/26, at the Malloy Theater, and a meet and greet with Joan Jett and the show.
So what number do you want to do? You said we did Mickey Mantle last time. Do you know the classic Yankee number?
How about Lou Gehrig, number 4? All right, so we're going to take lucky caller number 4 at 451-1039.
1039 ICN.
That was Young Gun's Bones. Talking about bones, how about old bones? I have a top 10 list that I'd like to read to you, and it's you're too old to play gigs when.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. Number 10. You're too old to play gigs when you feel like hell before the gig even starts. Number 9. All your fans leave by 9:30 p.m. Number 8. You have to charge extra money if there are any steps to climb. Number 7. Your drugs are keeping you alive rather than killing you. Number 6. When the only stones you care about are in your gallbladder or kidney. Number 5. You think homie means cozy and warm. Number 4. Most of your crowd just sways in their seats. Number 3. The only white powder to be found amongst the band members is foot talc. Number 2. You call out the next song only to have someone remind you played it 10 minutes ago. And the number 1 reason why you're too old to play gigs when all you want from the groupies is a foot massage and a back rub. Oh, jeez. Anyway, Brando, listen, we're wrapping up the last half hour. I can't believe how fast this went. But I'd like to give away a $50 gift certificate to my shop, My Hero in East Patchogue. And I have a little question here. It's a little sports trivia, sort of.
All right.
And it's, what's the link between Phil Rizzuto, Babe Ruth, and Roger Maris? What is the link between them and RCN?
I know they weren't the former morning show DJs.
But the answer might lie on their backs. Well, if you think you know the answer, call in 451-1039.
1039 ICN.
Hi, who's on the line?
I'm calling in for the answer.
Sure, what's the answer?
The number's on their back is the call numbers for RCN.
And what might that be?
1039.
You got it, man.
Joe, this is Mike from Wise, by the way.
Hey, Mike, what's happening?
How are you, man?
Oh, good, Mike.
I got to testify that even though it seems like your friends are winning these prizes, I have no idea. You're just getting these answers right.
Oh, Mike's a big Yankee fan. He knows what it's all about.
Yeah, I try.
All right, so what did he win?
Oh, Mike, you get the $50 gift certificate to My Hero.
Wow, that's a lot of bacon and egg sandwiches every Tuesday morning.
You're going to be eating eggs for about a month, man. Hey, Mike, thanks a lot for calling. Hang on, and we'll get some information from you.
Thanks, Joe.
1039 RCN.
Hey, that's Def Leppard, bringing down the heartbreak. Bringing down the heartbreak. Speaking of heartbreak, I'm really heartbroken that this is the end of the show. I had a blast. Brando made it real easy. Brando, I want to thank you, man. You really made this a lot easier than what it is.
You're welcome. Despite your Ranger fan hat, today you are my friend. And
before we go, I just want to give a quick story about my brother Vinny, who had passed away a few years ago. But we were at his house a while back on Father's Day, barbecue, and he left to go get some beer. He comes back about a half hour later with Joe Pepitone. I couldn't believe it. Me being a Yankee, I was just like in heaven. But real quick, Pepitone told us one story I thought was pretty funny. He said he was in Brooklyn doing a card show or signing, and when he was leaving, he got into the limousine with his mother. They're in a limousine, and this little kid's banging on the window, and he's going, hey, Joe, roll down the window. He's not touching it. Kid's banging, hey, Joe, roll down the window. The mother's saying, Joe, will you roll down the window? The kid probably wants your autograph. He goes, Ma, you don't understand. Kid's banging, Joe, roll down the window. Mother says, Joe, roll down that window. So he rolls down the window. The kid sticks his head in the limo and says, hey, Joe, your mother sucks. He goes, see, Ma, that's why I didn't want to do it. But anyway,
nothing like New York fans, right?
But really, it's been a blast. And I just got one more shout out to my wife's father, Joe Albarello. He's 86 years young, and he's still hitting the speed bag. This guy is amazing.
Wow.
He actually got a video on YouTube. Joe Albarello, 86 years young, Joe Boxer. You get a chance to check it out. But Joe, Dad, you are my hero, man. I love you. But anyway, listen, it's been fun. Thank you, Brando. Thank you, Charlie Lombardo. This has been a blast, and I strongly recommend anybody out there that loves music and love radio, you got to do this. So if you want to be like me and host a morning show, just go to WRCN.com and sign up. This is Joe from My Hero in East Patchogue, 1039 RCN, the Rock of Long Island. We'll keep rocking as long as you keep rolling. Take care, people.
1039 RCN.
As soon as you're born, they make you feel small by giving you no time instead of it all. Till the pain is so big you feel nothing at all. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. They hurt you at home and they hit you at school. They hate if you're clever and despise a fool. Until you're so fucking crazy you can't follow their rules. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. When they tortured and scared you for 20 odd years, then they expect you to pick a career when you can't really function, you're so full of fear. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. You doped with religion and sex and TV. And you think you're so clever and classless and free, but you're still fucking peasants as far as I can see. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. The top, they're telling you still, but first you must learn how to smile and to kill. If you wanna be like all the folks on the hill. A working class hero is something to be. 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 Working class hero is something.
If you want to be a hero, well, just follow me.